चौधरी साहब, आप you are very good at this.
बताइए, विश्वजीत, कम sit. नमस्कार. तो good. You have taken PS and IR. Your parents are both in teaching profession. You have gone for an interview once. BA Honours from Delhi College of Arts and Commerce. Excellent. Exploring Indian cuisines means what?
So trying to understand and tasting different cuisines that are available across the country, sir. For example, I've tried Malwa cuisine, the Bundelkhandi cuisine.
Okay. You try out.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay, you have taken IFS. You have given as your second.
Yes, sir.
So India is has kind of negotiated some kind of a trade deal.
Yes, sir.
Now, will this amount to, and you would have read broadly these terms. So first of all, whether this will in any way impact our ability to approach the WTO if on any aspect we have a difference of opinion with US?
Sir, the India-US trade agreement or the interim framework that we have agreed upon, sir, it provides for a framework to negotiate our agreements. Sir, I do not see it hampering India's ability to approach WTO, sir, for two reasons. Primarily because the WTO and its appellate body itself is dysfunctional, with utter disregard from US President and their administration. So secondly, the issue regarding WTO negotiations primarily rest on agricultural subsidies that India provide and the fisheries subsidies that India provide. Sir, in both the cases, India has argued for a renewed approach to look at it.
These are the only things about which WTO is concerned.
There are other things as well, sir, but the primary contentious...
No, this is not even...
Okay.
Currently, there may be an issue relating to agreement on agriculture, but that's not... there are so many possibilities in future.
Yes.
Isn't it? What is the exemption to, WTO? I mean, you even if you do not abide, because this agreement does not really abide by the WTO rule, and because if we follow this, then we will have to give 0% MFN treatment to every trading partner, isn't it?
Yes.
And we don't give 0% to others, so there will be, we are not abiding by. And what is the case when we can actually claim an exemption, where the WTO actually allows an exemption, is a free trade agreement?
Yes, sir.
Now, will this qualify if supposing this is converted into a thing? So, as the terms stand today, can we say this is a free trade agreement between us and US?
So currently, as it stands, it doesn't qualify as a free trade agreement.
It doesn't qualify. So it will not get that exemption. Why would it not qualify?
Sir, the agreement is mainly in political in nature. They have agreed the framework this morning only.
No, but when supposing we convert into a trade agreement, a formal trade agreement which is signed and gets all the necessary approval from the respective countries, then also it will not amount to free trade agreement. Why?
Sorry, sir, I'll have to read about it.
Okay, can you tell me, Sujit, your parents are teachers in teaching profession, very noble profession. Now, this new education policy, in what way it kind of promotes the idea of vocationalization of education?
Sir, the new education policy 2020 provides for vocational education in secondary and senior secondary classes. So right from the beginning, the students will be provided hands-on experience For example, the MP government also provides 10 bag-free days to the students, wherein students can come and interact with the real working of, say, professional experiments or real-life examples. Sir, it also promotes accreditation of these credits, which will be included in the academic credits of the student. Sir, moreover, in the long term, in the higher education sector, it also provides integration with the industry. So industry academia linkages will be promoted. So students will be able to get internships and such.
And they can actually leave the study they can take a gap and come back and resume it later on.
Yes, sir.
And those credits will still count. Okay, fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
You talked about internship.
Yes, sir.
How have you done on the internship program of the government?
So the internship program or the PM Kaushal Vikas Yojana, sir, it provides reskilling.
How have we done?
Sir, if my memory serves me right, I read about it during my mains preparation. So around 8 to 10 lakh interns have been
applied for it.
Yes, sir.
How many actually did the internship?
That number I am unaware of, sir. And even those who completed their training, only around 53 to 60% have been able to secure a long-term job, sir.
Okay. How was the budget in regard to the education sector? Both your parents are in the education.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm not able to recall the exact provisions in the budget right now, sir. Overall, sir, it promotes, it strengthens the national education policy. It provides for experiential learning. It also provides for mental counseling to students as well, sir. So these are the main provisions I can recall right now.
If we had the discussion on the outlay, it would have been slightly better.
Yes. Sorry.
Now, foreign service is your second preference.
Yes.
What do you see of the present state of relationship with Bangladesh, and what do you foresee the future?
Sir, in the past 1 year, we have had a troubled relationship with the interim government. But coming Feb 12, the Bangladesh will be having their elections, and hopefully an elected government will be established there. So the India supports a free and fair election, and India also interacts positively. It is optimistic about the swearing in of the new PM and improved relationship with Bangladesh from there on.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. What are the main components of a vibrant democracy? You have done political science. Very simple question for you.
Sir, can I think about it? Sir, I can recall 3 components right now. So first of all is the free, fair and regular elections that have been held. Secondly, sir, the decentralization of power down to the panchayat and urban local bodies level. Third would be the, sir, increased participation of women in the local governments as well, and increased attempts to increase their participation in the state and national legislature as well, sir. So these are the 3 major achievements.
What about separation of powers?
Yes,
what
sir.
about independence of the judiciary?
Yes, sir.
What about the institutions?
Yes, sir.
What about the free, fair media?
Yes.
Are they not you are a political science postgraduate or?
Undergrad, sir.
Undergraduate. My last question to you is, how are we doing on the HDI front? The overall picture and some specific indicators of importance.
Yes.
Again, prepared for the mains?
Sir, I'm trying to recall the exact figures.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted it.
Yes, sir. So the HDI Human Development Index indicators of India are on a growth trajectory, sir. We are seeing positive outcomes in there. So the health sector is being supported through the Ayushman Bharat scheme and such government incentives. Thus, the education is being very vigorously promoted. For example, we have increased the gross enrollment ratio in the primary, secondary school, and as well as in higher education.
What are the parameters by which we and evaluate HDI?
Sir, health, education, and life expectancy, if I recall
The
correctly.
life expectancy is one,
Yes, sir.
but what are the other 2-3 parameters? MMR, IMR,
Yes, sir.
and life expectancy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Let us see your interest in the rural area where 50% population almost lives. What is the difference between an ASHA worker and Anganwadi worker?
Sir, the ASHA worker, the accredited social health activist, the worker primarily deals with the reproductive health as well as assistance to the local areas. So the Anganwadi worker primarily deals with the childhood care, the care of their children, teenagers and newborns. Of
Women and the child.
Yes, sir.
So from where does the payment come from in both the cases? Which ministries? Simple idea.
Yes, sir.
You will always, there it comes from the health ministry, here it
Women
comes
and
from
child.
the women and child
Yes,
ministry.
sir.
That's the best way to remember.
Yes, sir.
And the functions they do. Okay, I'm happy. You can connect things. Now, I would like to know your management style about the Secretary General of United Nations with respect to Israel-Hamas war. It had great implications because now that there is a pause or a ceasefire, but they went on destroying. Now, I have myself heard the head of Israel number of times in the UN meetings saying that please get our hostages returned. If you were the Prime Minister of Israel, would you have stopped the war unless your hostages returned who have been illegally taken?
Sir, I would have kept pressurizing the other party as well as the multilateral institutions.
Would you have come to a ceasefire? Your people have been taken and you are just... At the end of the day,
Yes, sir,
what happened actually was that when they were returned, of course for a cost, in return they took many other from this side also.
Yes,
and then it was a pause came, ceasefire came. So do you think he faltered? Why did he do like that?
Sir, it was important to take back the hostages as well as the mortal remains of
Is he now responsible in some way for so many being killed, for so much destruction? Secretary General is responsible. You see, at the end of the day, we'll see how many people have been killed, unfortunately.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I go to your next question. I want to see your knowledge about the economy. Balance of trade, balance of payment, and the foreign exchange reserves. What is the connection between all these three?
Sir, starting from balance of trade, it signifies the difference between our imports and exports of goods and merchandise. Sir, extending it, wherein we include the services.
Does balance of payment include services also or only goods?
Sir, I was talking about balance of trade, sir. When we include services, remittances.
Balance of trade I'm talking.
Then,
does it include only goods or services also?
Sir, it does not include services, sir.
Very good. You carry on.
Sir, then we include when remittances, services and other transfers. Then we came to balance of payments, sir.
Right.
And overall balance of payments picture, wherein our capability to service our imports, when we take into account, therein comes our foreign exchange reserves.
To find out the balance, total them, that is the foreign exchange reserves of the country. How much is it right now? How many $billion?
Sir, approximately $700 billion, sir.
I'm happy you know that. My last question to you. Let us talk about President Trump from his point of view. Okay?
Yes.
We criticize him, we like him, it doesn't make a difference. how his country feels about him or what he feels, why he has been elected. Talking about Venezuela, he had American oil companies there. They were nationalized in 2002 or some came back. He started, Venezuela started exporting 80% oil to China, 80% almost, and got in yuans, nothing in dollars.
Yes.
Henry Kissinger's pet topic was petrodollars, how to have dollars as top of the currency of the world. We may not like it,
Yes.
but you see from his side. And then he was accused. Accused goes above everything else. Drugs came. There are people in the bars who said these consignments were of President Maduro. So what wrong he has done there in that case, President Trump? See from his side.
Yes, sir. Sir, you have rightly pointed out from Trump's perspective the issue of drugs, the issue of illegal trade, illegal migration.
But what about rule of law? That way the whole world will break.
Sir, yes, sir, if I may point out, sir, that...
Rule-based international order.
Yes, sir. Sir, that is actually true, sir. President Trump, by implementing his new rechristened Donroe Doctrine, he has slightly changed the Monroe Doctrine, wherein they stop external intervention and now they are internally intervening in their neighbors, sir, in their sphere of influence, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Vishwajit, can you describe India's relationship with Russia over the years?
Yes, sir. Sir, right from the independence, India and USSR had strong relationships, sir. Going forward, we see their increased convergences, especially during the 1970s when USSR came to India's defense. Sir, as and when India in 1991 we liberalized our economy and started interacting more proactively with the Western world, sir. USSR and thereafter Russia had certain considerations, certain reservations about that, sir. But in the 21st century, in the initial years, we became forthright with our US engagement, and that troubled some of the relationship. But over the time, Russia has remained India's steadfast ally, and India has also shown proactive support towards Russian causes.
So by signing the trade agreement with USA, and as per the newspaper reports, we have agreed to tone down our purchase of crude from Russia. Have we not compromised our relationship with Russia?
Sir, I believe we have not compromised our relationship.
How?
Russia also understands that India needs to diversify.
Russia is happy with that?
Sir, Russia may not be happy about it, sir, but Russia understands India's strategic
Russia
concerns.
endorses India's proximity to US. More than the proximity, India being told what to do, from where to purchase oil by USA, do you think Russia will be happy?
Sir, Russia might not be happy, but the statements that have come from the Russian Foreign Ministry, sir, they have recognized our importance of India diversifying its trade interest as well as energy basket, sir.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes.
Is there any other concern area in our relationship with Russia apart from USA? Please.
Sir, if I may answer.
Go ahead.
Yes. Sir, I can think of two other concerns about it, sir. The first is the growing proximity with China of Russia, sir. That is an issue for India as well, sir. And secondly is the India's attempt to reduce defense dependence on Russian imports. Sir. So we are also trying to
Let's talk about India's relationship with Pakistan. What has been our stand with Pakistan
sir,
in recent years, let's say 25, 30 years?
Sir, India has tried to approach Pakistan for dialogue and diplomacy, but the repeated attempts at border and skirmishes have eroded that trust, sir. Currently, India's stands that blood and water cannot flow together. Also, India stands for international isolation of Pakistan and highlighting the menace of terrorism that is emanating from there.
India says that we will not talk until you stop cross-border terrorism, and that has been our stance for a very long time. Has it worked? Do you think, my last set of questions, do you think there is a need to have a relook at the policy? Because it is not working. Pakistan is doing what it has been doing, and India is refusing to talk to Pakistan. In fact, it is refusing to acknowledge. In fact, India's sole objective, as you yourself said, that to isolate Pakistan. Is it a good approach? Or if you were to give suggestion to the External Affairs Ministry on our approach for Pakistan, what would those be? My last question.
So can I think about for a few seconds?
Sure.
Sir, I'd advise the foreign minister to continue with this policy of pressurizing Pakistan, sir, because our attempts at diplomacy have not succeeded and we have been at the receiving end. Sir, by establishing a new normal, we have set a new deterrent and a strong deterrent against terrorism. However, sir, if possible, we can have some back channel diplomatic talks, just like we did in 2022, wherein we were able to secure a ceasefire on the border, sir. So stability at the border, crackdown on terrorism, I believe these should be the negotiating points, sir. India should pitch forward with this, sir.
Okay, thank you.